Grand Rising, wonderful souls, and welcome to Bronwen's Cove Tarot. This is a timeless collective reading of what is coming forward. If you are a new face, welcome in. If you're an old one, welcome back, my lovelies. Nice to see you. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. Thank you for your donations. They are highly appreciated. And thank you for your emails. Emails of confirmation, emails just sharing your stories, and emails booking readings. My readings are open. There is a 48-hour to 72-hour turnaround time for my readings. However, if you need something a little bit speedier, I do offer an emergency service which goes out within 12 to 24 hours. With that being said, there is still someone here and there pretending to be me, pretending to be a light one, pretending to be a friend. If you get anyone calling out to you saying WhatsApp me on this number, I can get your love back, donation, they are not a friend, they're a scammer. If you get any response from moi and there is no highlighted black banner, again, you're not speaking to me. That's someone who is just trying to scam you. So please just block and report them kindly, and thank you. Now, the energy that I pick up on is timeless. It is fluid, meaning that I can be picking up on past, present, or future energy, or an amalgamation of all three. You have to take it as it resonates and leave the rest. If I say he, she, masculine, feminine, male, female, we all hold these energies. So this reading could be for you. It could be for the person you're thinking of. It could pertain to another light one, divine counterpart, or someone completely different. So please do not make the story fit if it doesn't. And if it doesn't, please have a look at some of my other readings. If none of them resonate for you, either they are not for you at this time, or you may benefit from having a personal reading. Now let's get into it. Now, I got told there's something here about your heart space and someone cranking, okay? Because I know that we've had a full moon in Leo, okay? It's all to do with your heart space. It's all to do with, you know, love, intimacy, sex, pleasure, but also how you confront and deal with chaos, conflict, discombobulation, okay? And somebody here who is purposely picking and going, it's just a joke, it's just a joke. And I've been told, my guides were quite specific in which cards they wanted me to get out, and they wanted me to start with this deck. So let's see what might come out about this. Please and thank you. What do they need to see right now? What do they need to see right now? And I just heard the song by Whitney Houston. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody who loves me. And it says, I take a moment each day to focus on my intentions and put my faith into the universe. So if someone's testing your patience, you are being told to breathe through that, seriously. Because when I look at this as well with the phone, I don't know why I'm getting like someone has an adolescent child, somebody who's always on the phone, or there's the energy of someone very young. Okay, because you've also got here, placing selenite crystal under my pillow means I awaken with a cleansed aura and realign chakras. I rise feeling centered and balanced. This also is giving me, I don't know if someone is going to bed stressed or if they wake up feeling stressed. And I have so much to do. And you also have here, the power of the universe is within me. And I open myself up to it through meditation and breath work each day. Now this is coming out quite a lot in my readings at the moment, that someone here needs to be doing breath work. Even if it's the square, which is breathing for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, breathe in, and then hold for 4, and then round and round and round. It will help slow down your heart rate, and it will help to center you, especially if you don't have time during the day to sit down, you know, cross your legs and do the Om. But someone here also, and it came out in one of my previous readings about meditation, that meditation is key right now. And I know that for some people, you know, meditation, some people saying, well, I'm bored of meditation, I'm bored of doing this and blah, blah, blah. You need to center yourself. Someone here needs to take, even if it's 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening, just to do breathing exercises, okay? Because I'm getting this energy of someone's either child or children in their house are playing up at the moment, or doing things that are irritating someone, okay? And if it's not that, there is a very young energy here who is doing things that are done for provocation. They're only doing it to kind of poke and get a reaction, and then saying, well, it was a joke. Why aren't you seeing the funny side? Oh, you need to lighten up. Because you've got here, I regain control by softening my forehead, relaxing my shoulders, and unclenching my jaw to release tension in my temples. So someone here, yeah, and I heard using a diffuser, some sort of flower essence diffuser may help. And I heard back rescue remedy may help for someone as well. And it says, when I feel lost and in need of answers, I turn to the array of divine men and women in my life for a share of their infinite wisdom. Okay, so someone here has got a very busy life. Okay, someone here, I don't know if you nurture, give, and that's irrespective of gender. And sometimes we can fall into the role of nurturer, you know, of mother, of father, of caregiver, of teacher, of whatever it is that you do. We still have those roles where we have a duty to look after others. And there seems to be here a real pull, or it's almost like the energy that's coming through is that your guides are telling you to take time for yourself. I heard slow down. Because as much as you have those roles and you have all of those different identities, you have to make time for your own identity to grow, and it will only grow. You can only grow and shed the old to bring in the new if you take time to actually focus on yourself. And if you haven't, like I said, if you haven't got a lot of time, have that 5 minutes, set that into your routine, make it a scheduled thing, your own. I remember, what is it called? I remember either reading something or doing a course, and it's called Tiger Time. And tiger time is where, or lioness time, or lion time, or whatever you want to call it, is where you block out a certain amount of time during the week. Okay, if you can't do it every day, you can't do it every day, but a certain amount of time during the week that is just for you, without distractions. Whether that's taking a new course where nobody knows you, so you don't have that added, you know, kind of attachment to your identity. Oh, that's so and so's mum or dad, or that's so and so's, you know, daughter or son. Something that you can do where nobody knows you, so you get to allow or open up that opportunity for your identity of just you to come out. Whether that's a course on something that you find very interesting, whether that's going swimming, whether that's whatever it is for you. It could be just going on a walking hike with other people, where you're not having to give yourself in a nurturing way, where you can be nurtured instead. Because you've also got, I adorn myself lovingly with flowers, picked while foraging in nature. There you go, said that my inner beauty shines into the world. Now, if you're not somebody who likes going and doing group things and you'd rather just do it by yourself, you are being called, especially with us being on the tail end of that full moon for Leo, you know, take time to do things that make your heart sing, but for you, without having your children tailing with you, without having your pets tailing with you, without your partner or your friends or your family. Something that you do weekly that is just for you, okay? And if you can't get out of the house because you have got, you know, a baby at home, or you've got a, you know, a sick partner, or whoever it is, even if it's just every Sunday in the morning you repot certain plants, or you go and you water all of them, or you put music on and you go and dance in your bedroom, whatever it is that you can do just for yourself, whether it's with other people that you don't know or by yourself, you're being called to do this, to nurture yourself. Because you have this upside down, and it says, at night I choose a lucky star to watch over me and guide me home towards love and protection. Because there seems to be this energy of being overwhelmed, and when we're overwhelmed we leave our aura open. Okay, we can end up collecting debris from other people. We start to absorb other people's emotions, their needs, their wants. We can, you know, we end up having energetic attachments with people that have lower vibrations, and it depletes us of energy. So this here with nurturing yourself, as much as it's about the emotional body, it's also to do with your astral body and your kind of psychic and spiritual body, and how you protect yourself. The way we protect ourselves emotionally and, you know, spiritually is by tapping into our emotions, our needs, our wants, and making sure that we are prioritizing ourselves, even if it's only once a week, making sure that we're doing that, especially through our heart space. Anything else from this? What would you like me to take? Top one. And it says on here, I ask my spirit guides to reveal signs and symbols to me as confirmation that they are with me, listening and guiding me forwards with grace. So if you are having times when you're too stressed out, or you're too overwhelmed, or you're too overworked, and you're not getting time for yourself, call on your guides. I heard for someone to light a candle, okay, and ask for a very specific sign, okay, rather than just going, oh, I pray and I ask for this, I ask that a sign is shown to me. Be specific with your guides. I invoke my free will and give full permission from my guides to show me a bird by my window, or a bird flying past my house in the next half an hour, or it can be as personal or as specific as you want, okay? But for example, rather than saying I want to see a rainbow coloured car drive past me in the next hour, and I just heard someone say, do it, even if it's the most, fantastical, whatever. Ask for that sign. Give a time limit that is, don't say in the next 5 minutes, but give a specific time within the next half an hour to an hour. I want to see A, B, and C, to know that I'm on the right path, or whatever it is that you need as a confirmation, and your guides will show it. Trust in them, okay? And should I look at this one? I've been told no. Okay, so let's put that one down. Now what about this one? This one here. And you've got here, because look, you've got priorities and speak up. Somebody here is not putting themselves first, and they need to. Because which one do you want me to read first? This one. Speak up says, if you avoid conflict to keep peace, you start a war within yourself, and it's upside down. So this is saying also, this might be for somebody who, for example, if you do have stressors around you, or you have a stressful work environment, or you feel like you're not being supported by your partner, your friends, your family, and you have that internal voice telling you that, you know this, but you haven't said anything about it, that resentment is going to grow, that stress is going to grow. And especially if you are a doer, somebody who, oh, that person needs help, I'm going to help them. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And then you don't get a thank you, or you don't get any, they don't say, oh, I'm grateful for that, or anything like that. At first, you'll be like, it doesn't matter because I'm doing it to help. But after a while, when your actions are just expected and they become an obligation, or the other person sees it as, well, you always do that for me, so why aren't you doing it now? Or you always do that for me, why would I say thank you? There comes the time where it gets to a point where there'll be a boiling point, and you'll start to resent the other person, because I heard pull back your energy. So for whoever that is, and I remember watching a video a while ago, and it kind of struck a chord in it for me, that when you have another person in your life, or an environment, or a workplace, where you end up overextending yourself and going above and beyond, whatever experience that is for you, whatever situational connection that is for you, and how it resonates. But when you go above and beyond, and you nurture more and more and more and more, not only will the other person, or the reciprocant, whoever that is, they will start to get used to that, and they will expect that. Not only that, it takes away opportunity for that person, that workplace, that whatever, to even have the opportunity to try. So why try? Someone else will do it for me. You're being told not to stay quiet about the things that you feel uncomfortable with, okay? Or the duties, if you feel like you're being overburdened with certain things. You're being told to speak up on it, because that on its own, saying if you avoid conflict to keep peace, you start a war within yourself. With it being upside down, that's saying that you already know the things that are irking you, but you haven't said anything yet about it. And if you don't, it's not only going to burn you out, but it's going to cause resentment, and it's going to make those holes or rips or tears or whatever those attachments are even stronger, okay? Because here you've got priorities. The quality of your life is determined by how you spend your time. Make sure your schedule reflects the life you want. And this comes back to making time for yourself, okay? You've got change course underneath, okay? A closed door is an invitation from life to move in an even better direction. It's time to change course. So someone here needs to take that time, because over here it says, I take a moment each day to focus on my intentions and put my faith in the universe. So if you are feeling like you're going through a tower, a dark night of the soul, something uncomfortable, okay, and there's resistance pushing against it, the universe is listening to you. Tell the universe what it is that you want. Because again, this says, a closed door is an invitation from life to move in an even better direction. It's time to change course. So if you don't like where you are, and I know that sounds really kind of cutthroat, if you don't like where you are, move. And I'm not saying that you have to, like if you're in a household and you can't move because of finances, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about your energy, okay? If there's something that you haven't spoken up about and you feel like you need to, but it's on the tip of your tongue, or you're worried about how the other person will react, let them react however they wish to react. If it's a child and they are, you know, they're not listening to boundaries, or they're ignoring you or whatever. If you need to set those, you know, stronger boundaries and they have a wobbler, let them. But that's the same for an adult. If there is someone, if there's equilibrium, if there's no equilibrium in the give and receive between that relationship, you are fully within your rights to pull your energy back, or to set that boundary, or say, no, I need that hour to myself on Sunday, you look after the children. Or no, I need A, B and C, or what you're doing to poke me is not funny, stop doing that now. And if they have a wobbler, they have a wobbler. You're not there to control, you know, you can't control how they react. You just need to be able to look after yourself first, okay? Because here it says feelings and it's upside down. So somebody's not speaking on what it is that they are. And look, you've got shine underneath. So I don't know if the energy of, when we go back to the start of this, with whoever it is who either has a very immature energy that is poking just to get a reaction, or if it's an actual adolescent child, there's someone here who feels a little bit either jealous or outshone by your authenticity. Now, this could be very innocent. If this is a child or a sibling, for example, that you get on with, okay, but they've just been acting up. It could be that you've already found another hobby and you've started to take that time to yourself where you didn't before. And that transition from them constantly being in your boundaries to you setting one. It could be as little as you usually walk the dog with your children and you've decided that you want that quiet time to yourself, and you said to your partner, I want you to look after them. Or, you know, it could be a friend that will come over and babysit so that you can take the dog out for yourself. And there is that pushback because that boundary wasn't there. If that is the case, you know, having that talk with your children or whoever that is, but it doesn't mean that you should stop what you're doing. Have that talk, because that speak up upside down is saying there is something that needs to be said that isn't, okay? Because feelings upside down says, healing begins with feeling. Be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. And it's upside down. So somebody is beating themselves up about something. It's almost like, you know, when there's something that's annoying you. It could be you, the person you're thinking of, and it could be, let's say, a work colleague, or it could be your husband or your wife or whoever it is, or a friend or a neighbour or whatever. And you start, because you haven't had the opportunity to speak to them, or there is a fear that if you speak to them, it might blow up. We start to have an outer monologue where we just grumble about them. Can't believe they had their music on so loud. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and we'll be, you know, cleaning the dishes, and you're like, I can't believe they're still going. And it becomes that mental chatter. Somebody's doing this, okay? And whether it might not be verbally out, it could be just in their head, but that is lowering your vibration, okay? It's leaving you open, especially with this, you know, the one that came out about at nighttime and protection. I want to know whether someone is projecting this, or this is just, you know, what's going on for you. Is this being projected? Up for yes, down for no. 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 So this is yes. Oh, yes and no. How interesting, because you've got space here. Someone has some sort of cord attached, okay? Because the first one that came up first was self. And it says, if beating yourself up worked, you'd be thin, rich and happy. Try loving yourself instead. Now this is heart space work, okay? So what this is telling me, especially with the yes and no, is that with the yes, someone here is depleting your energy when it comes to heart space, and it gives me that energy of the empath to the narcissist paradigm, that kind of having a full cup and constantly pouring into someone whose is empty because they have a hole at the bottom. So no matter how much you're pouring into that other person's, it's always empty and they're always asking for more. Now you could have somebody around you in your workspace, in your home life, that has narcissistic qualities. They could have MPD. I'm not a therapist, so I can't tell you that. Or it could literally be that you have someone who is demanding and slightly codependent, and that will start to irk if you're not setting that boundary, okay? And if that boundary hasn't been there before, and now you're putting that boundary in, that's gonna cause some sort of friction, okay? Now you've also got here ease, and it's upside down. So this is saying also, this is your own emotions, because not everything that we feel or comes into our life is because of somebody else projecting it. So there is a yes and no here. There is the energy of someone here trying to manipulate your heart space. in how you regulate your emotions, how you ground yourself, how you center yourself. But also you're being told, especially with ease here, today I allow life to be easy, and it's upside down. Now, if you are constantly feeling, you know, someone's irking you and you're not speaking about it, it's a mishmash of both of them. We co-create how, you know, the human experience that we want, you know, the day-to-day, what we want to experience, and how we, you know, how we connect with that, which means, you know, us constantly ruminating over someone irritating us but not speaking to them is going to draw that in even more. They're going to do it even more. But at the same time, someone here is manifesting this. Someone's going, I want this person to be irritated. I want this person not to speak up. I want this person to co-create a reality that is annoying, that is frustrating, okay? And this is the reason why you're being told to work with your heart space, work with those manifestation techniques. This here with, I take a moment each day to focus on my intentions and put my faith in the universe, okay? And I mean, over here it says, when I feel lost and in need of answers, I turn to the array of divine men and women in my life to share of their infinite wisdom. Is there anyone that you can speak to this to? Is there anyone you can speak to about whatever it is that's frustrating you, stressing you out? Because with this energy of it being someone immature, again, it could be an adolescent, a child, or it could just be somebody who is, I heard a vexation, okay? Somebody who is older that has immature traits. And this over here with, I regain control by softening my forehead, relaxing my shoulders and unclenching my jaw to release tension in my temples. So there's definitely someone here that you can talk to. Well, and I heard, even if it's just talking to yourself in the mirror, okay? Because I heard, not mirror magic, it's a book by Louise L. Hayes. It's mirror work, that's it, it's called mirror work. And every single exercise is where you look at yourself in the eyes in the mirror, because a lot of us, we live in such a fast-paced society. I want it now, go, go, go. I have to get to work, I have to get back to work, I have to do this. When was the last time you looked in the mirror, not rushing past it to make sure that your hair doesn't look like, you know, atrocious before you go to work, but when you looked in the mirror and you actually looked at your face, you looked at your eyes, you looked at, you know, any creases that you may have, looked at your ears, your nose, the shape of your mouth, and actually took that in and said, this is me, I am beautiful, and gave yourself a compliment and said, you know, I am beautiful, I have pretty eyes, or I have this, or I have that. Because I don't know why this is pulling me over. There's something here about looking in the mirror also, and doing it every day. You know, if you haven't got time to meditate or to do this, even just looking in the mirror and giving yourself one compliment while softening your forehead, relaxing your shoulders, unclenching your jaw to release that tension from your temples. There's also an encouragement though to speak to somebody, whether that is a trusted friend, whether that is an online group that you've connected with, about how you're feeling, about how to regulate those more volatile emotions. And I'm not saying that you don't know how to do that. I'm just saying that the message that's come through is that there are others that may be going through the same thing as you that you can connect with, just so that you can release some of that, you know, how you're feeling. Because if someone's projecting this, whether that is an immature, just, I'm going to poke at them, it could be your child, like I said, or it could be someone on the outside trying to do this. There's an energy release that needs to come through. And look at this, you've got a friend coming out as well. Be as good a friend to yourself as you are to others. But this is telling me that there's something here about just talking to one of your friends, somebody that you trust, or even just taking time out. Okay, if you are used to having, you know, in the morning I have to take the kids to school, or I have to be at work at this time, and then this and this and this, and then I have this much time in the evening. There's something here about connecting and socializing, even if it's only for half an hour. And if you are not somebody who likes to go out and socialize, doing something different on the weekend when you have free time. So it could be that, you know, on your weekend you stay in and you garden, or you stay in and you know, watch TV. Changing your routine slightly, going to a random place that you wouldn't usually go. You know, it could be by the sea, it could be near a forest or whatever, just to change up that routine and kind of help to ground you. Because you've also got here space, and it says here the quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to it. Give yourself the gift of space. Somebody overspends as a way to, You know when they say retail therapy? Someone here definitely spends way too much as a way as an energy release, and has too many clothes or too many bags or too many shoes or too many sneakers, trainers, whatever it is. And someone here needs to start compartmentalizing that and removing the things that they don't wear, the things that, you know, the clutter that they have, that they've held on to. Because I heard feng shui needs to move, and I mean, if you've got energy upside down, somebody needs to cleanse the energy in their home by going through the things that they have in their wardrobe, the things that they don't use, and putting them into piles, like the things that, you know, you don't need. And those can go to charity, they can go to a thrift store, whatever that is. Things that are a massive yes, and things that are a maybe. And once you've got rid of the ones that you don't need, is then going for the ones that you really want to keep, and then again the things that you don't need, and bringing it down to the things that bring you joy, the clothes that you really enjoy wearing, and so on and so forth. There's something here about bringing some sort of minimalism in for you, but there's an energy release here as well, because someone's holding on to something when it comes to heart space. And I heard guilt. There's guilt here. And I don't know if this is from past relationships. For someone, it may have been their mother, their father, their grandparents, either not being there enough, being pushed into a carer role, or not having enough time for them and now regretting it. And this is why they push into nurturing or overworking. But there's something here, because look, you've got intention and patience coming out. Okay, now intention we had at the start, and it says, what if the only resolution you made was to love yourself more? And this again, you look here, feelings can speak up. Loving yourself more is also saying, I have too much on my plate. I can't take on that as well. If that's at work, for example, it could be at home. Loving yourself more is also asking for help if you need it. Okay, if you've got patience, it's safe to wait. There's something here about rushing, having to get it all done really, really quickly. And underneath, how beautiful is this? A breakdown is often followed by a breakthrough. Remain calm. Now, I want to get one more before I go, just to see what colours or crystals or energies that may be beneficial, especially with this, you know, the theme that's come up in this reading, which is very much to do with how you're accessing your heart space, your needs, your priorities. Because we make, you know what, it's so easy for all of us, including myself, to make excuses for not putting ourselves first, for not doing that meditation, for not doing that grounding exercise, for not, you know, wanting to paint for an hour without being disturbed. Those kind of little things that we take for granted until we look back and go, I'm burnt out, I'm exhausted, I need to sleep for a whole day. That kind of energy, because you've got here, connect to the divine and learn to scan your body. So this as well, I mean, there definitely is an energy of projection coming from someone, but I don't want to focus so much on, you know, the wicked witch in the background sending this and rah rah rah, because sometimes it can be as subtle as the daily duties that we have, the people that we interact with on a, you know, on a good basis. Everyone carries their own emotions, their own, you know, triggers and traumas and things like that. And when we don't take time to ground ourselves, to cleanse our aura, and to take time just for our mental health, for ourselves, remember I'm not a therapist, but the message is coming through. When we do that, we end up burning ourselves out. We literally burn ourselves out, and we end up carrying other people's emotions. With that coming out about protection in dream state though, if you're not scanning your body, if you're not, you know, telling yourself when there's something that needs to be outed through your mouth and just spoken out, we end up carrying it. And not only are we carrying our own resentment or lower vibrational kind of volatile emotions, we're also opening ourselves up to be susceptible to other people sending things, especially in dream state, which is why it says connect to the divine and learn to scan your body. This is also an encouragement for anyone that finds it difficult to kind of read the energy of their own auric field. You know, you can just take your hands with your eyes closed and kind of sweep it down the entirety of your body, almost like your hand is like a metal detector, but instead you're detecting your own energy. If you're not accustomed to doing that, or that doesn't resonate for you, you can look online for, you know, soothing music, for astral protection music, for cleansing, for aligning your chakras. There's something here with taking time to do things like this that are really important. Protect yourself has come out, and learn to scan your body, because someone is definitely trying to poke the bear, so to speak, from your heart space. And this is why it's so important that you are taking that time to internalize what it is that you're ruminating over. What is it that's in your mind that keeps coming up when you start to get annoyed or frustrated, or, you know, just a little bit grumpy or grumbly? What's the main theme that keeps coming up? Because that's the thing that needs to be voiced. If you can't voice it to the person or the job or the environment that's bringing that stressor, there is an encouragement to speak to somebody else, whether that's yourself in the mirror or a friend, so that you can kind of not unload that on the other person, but so you can release it, so you can transmute it, so it's not weighing you down. Because look, live an extraordinary life and protect yourself. There's something here with limiting thought processes as well. Okay, anything else that would like to come out before I go? Please and thank you. What do we need to know? Ooh, they all came out, and it knocked down this one, which is to do with how you know, release tension, and how you speak to others, how you connect with others. And what came out over here was establish boundaries. We've been talking about this. Take action, and it says access and innovative thinking, and that's upside down. So someone here may need to do a solar plexus cord removal, or a solar plexus kind of like cleansing, because underneath you've got connect to body, mind and soul. Okay, and I saw someone with headphones in, so there's definitely something to do with music. Grounding is really important, no matter how you decide to do that, because I heard Mother Gaia, take action. And then you've also got, yeah, access to innovative thinking. Someone else would be, you know, it may actually resonate and be beneficial for, if it does, especially the energy of Archangel Metatron, because he uses a golden white flame from the Stargate of the Sun, okay, from the Christ grid. It's an ascension grid. In looking into that on YouTube, that may be very, very good for cleansing any projections that are coming from other people, any energy that you're absorbing from other people, and any energy that you're holding on to that isn't for your highest and greatest good. With that being said, though, I'm going to leave it there, and I really hope that gave you some confirmation and clarity on what you already intuitively know. If you are new to my channel and that resonated for you, I would love for you to hit on the like, the subscribe and the notification bell so you can see more of my content. If you are a returning subscriber, as always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I truly mean that, because without you, I would have no channel. So I am deeply appreciative for all the comments, all the emails. I really, really do appreciate it. Anyone that feels that they would like to leave a donation, it's never expected, but it's always, always deeply appreciated, because it just means I can put more love, more time and more cards into this channel. And anyone that would feels that they need a personal reading, all of my information is in the description box down below. If you just go to the second paragraph down, there's a row of blue arrows pointing upwards. I have 2 emails there. I usually get back to people within about 48 to 72 hours. If you do not hear from me by any chance, just send me a prompt email and it'll put yours to the top of the list. With that being said, I hope you wonderful souls have a really good morning, afternoon, evening or night, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.